I just cut it off.
Hi, this is Mario,
My name is Alex.
and this is Let Go of Regrets. So, tell them what we're going to be talking about today.
Well, today we're going to talk about a man's perspective of relationships.
And trying to find a relationship and one that's really healthy. Because I feel like nowadays, I guess, as guys, we look at the wrong places, or sometimes we just choose the wrong ones and we think it's good. And stuff like that. So, with that being said, I want to ask you this. Why do you think that happens?
I'll say social media is not life experience when it comes to dating relationships.
Yeah.
Because there's times there's men who wants to open up to women with their feelings or stuff, and there's times that women don't want to listen to a guy. Because some of them don't care. Women don't care about a guy because she feels like a guy should feel like so vulnerable or anything. She cares about her and what she wants from the guy.
Yeah. With that being said, I was gonna say, shouldn't the guy just be opening up to like people around that's close in the circle, like another friend, like not to get on say like females necessarily, but like someone that he can trust, though, someone that he can open up to, know that they won't go back and say it around to other people. Like technically, you shouldn't really be sharing everything with everybody. Because you think about, sometimes we do go through trials and tribulations, and sometimes life can get harder and get difficult. That doesn't mean you should open up to everybody, though. I mean, think about it. And I'm not trying to get too religious or too biblical, but even the Bible says, open up to God at least, and then maybe open up to maybe a few people around you. So with that being said, do you feel like you've ever found that?
I would say there's times I do open up, but not too much. But I do agree with what you're saying about how it's not good to trust like everyone with your like, secrets or anything. Because sometimes they do will to backstab you. Even your closest friends or family, they will backstab you because
True.
they don't want you to do success in life, or they don't want you to see happy because why they feel their life is miserable.
You do have a point. I think it depends on who you surround yourself with. It's like the mindset as well. Because sometimes people you feel like you can open up to, they will be the first ones to hurt you. And yeah, you're right. Sometimes the people closest to you are the ones that end up hurting you first before someone else. And with that being said, do you still think you should just open up to people who feel like that? Because in my opinion, I don't think you should.
I don't think you should open to a woman. It all depends on how. I'll say that the only way you can open up to a woman is observe how she is and how she talks to others or not. As long as you don't talk about smack about anyone or try to get attention or start issues with people. Those type of ones I would not open up to. It's like, the only ones I would open up to is women who kind of have a similar situation as me because they know what it's like compared to someone who doesn't.
Yeah.
Because in the end, it's like, what's the point if you hurting someone knowing that they feel the same way as you?
True.
There's no meaning to it. Is it why do this and you know that it's not gonna make yourself better, because you're just making yourself look worse because why you're doing the same thing that what other people has treated you in life.
You know, one thing I was reading up on was in this medical guide here. It was talking about sometimes people are quick to just jump into relationships because they're looking for something they lost or they're hurting and they don't know what it is, and that's why they kind of look towards relationships so that way they can fill that void. Do you feel like that's true? Like sometimes people just jump into a relationship looking just so they can find something more?
Yes, I would say yes. There is people who jump in a relationship. They're not know where they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
And basically, because there's people that want to be in love and be in a relationship. You want to be accepted as a person instead of always be judged or never given the chance. Because there's people that are always judged by appearance or the way that someone dresses or the way they look or the way they carry themselves. There's people that don't like it, and it's like, how are you gonna find someone that you really want to be with or be in a relationship if you keep questioning these people without getting to realize who they are as a person? Because looks can be deceiving as well.
True.
It's about all I'm saying. My opinion is about personality. That's important, and that's my main thing. That and honesty, because there's people who they might have good personality, but in the end, they might not even be honest enough. Because I dealt that with that before in relationships where I was in a relationship. My first relationship where I was in school, like middle school.
Yeah.
I was dating the neighbor, and she was like, she was like embarrassed to be around me. She was embarrassed to say that we were dating. She said that it's better that we just, I say it, we're cousins and that's it. And it was like, how can you be in a relationship with me if you do the same thing? You're just ashamed to see with me. I didn't even do nothing. Why be ashamed of me? Just because I may not act like the way you or think the way you are, you're just kind of in the way you just belittling me. Because you're just embarrassed to see by me. Because what did I ever do to deserve that way? Like, I never hurted you. I never like look down on you or judge you. Or be saying, oh, I'm ashamed to see with you. No. Like, you know how it hurts a lot, you know, and I just don't feel like I'm accepted in general. It's like, you know, they just feel, I'm like disgusted, they're disgusted to see me with me.
Yeah.
They can't, like, they don't want to open up or tell me want to have a relationship and stuff. Because I understand not telling everyone, but still, it's like, you shouldn't be ashamed that you're with someone if you love that person. If you love that person, why be embarrassed about it? Because in the end, that's not true love, in my opinion. My person, someone who's in true love, they're proud to be with that person. They're not ashamed with it. They're not gonna care what others think of who they're with, but no, they're people who care about what other people think about who they're with. You know, they're just giving a label and stuff. I don't believe in that stuff. The second relationship I was in, that was a toxic relationship, was I was dating another one in middle school too, but when I was in middle school, it was like I was dating a girl, but the girl just used me in general. She laughed at me, she did not care about me, even though I showed so much affection. She just laughed that I was depressed and stuff. She was happy that I was cutting myself out, wanting in my life. I wasn't happy though, like, for a moment I thought I would be happy. Because someone finally accepted me as a person. They understands me, but no, they don't. They just lie to my face and just laugh about it. They give me a negative reputation, saying I was a creep and stuff. You know, I never was like that. Because after that, at school, and everyone started spreading stuff, lies about me. They didn't know me as a person. They don't know me well. They never opened up to. There's people that I never spoke with or just didn't know who they were in general. They just judge me. The way I look, they just, oh yeah, he's a creep because they heard this from this and that and from other person. This lies. It's like, even on buses, I was like, basically only humiliating. Like, they said I'm gonna stay away from that guy. He's a pervert. They were saying so many stuff. It was like, I hated myself. It was like, I feel like I didn't deserve to be in that position at all. Because what did I do to that person? If I never did anything, I never said nothing negative. I never like saying nothing negative about them, calling them names or saying this what that person is. I don't do that. Because in the end, it's like, you gotta think about what the other person's feeling and what they're going through. You can't just say stuff like that. And I would say when I was back in 23, I would say, when I thought I would be in a relationship, I felt like I found happiness. I felt like I could open up and stuff. And yeah, I ended up hurting because it was like, I was being honest and stuff. I was being like real with them, like telling them everything, telling them that the people that you hang around with is not always the people that always want you to do good in life, and they don't. They just tell you things so, you know, they just lie so you can just feel like worse for yourself. They just want to make it seem like they're doing good and they care about you. I don't I don't call people best friends or anything because I don't believe it. Why? Those people that they can say best friends, but you never know, they might end up backstabbing and hurting you. And you know, hating people and stuff. I end up hating people, I'm not gonna lie. Because I wanted revenge and stuff, but it's not worth it. Because it's not. You just hurting yourself and you're becoming a person that you don't want to be. You're basically becoming an enemy to yourself, what you basically don't stand for. But like I said, I was like almost like the person I was talking to, and I felt like I was in a relationship. It was like everything I told her and everything, I was like honest, and like how my past was about being bullied, gender discrimination, racism, and just being called negative words, nothing good. There's nothing positive. And for me, it's hard to smile. I cannot put a smile because for me, it's hard to smile because I never felt happy in my life. I never was. I can never say I'm happy or I feel good about myself. It's like, yes, there's moments I need, but deep down, I don't feel that way in general about being happy. It's like, it's just life for me. It's like it's miserable. It's like, I just want it to end and stuff. It's like I don't want people shaming me for something I'm not even. That's not even who I am.
Yeah.
It's like be honest with me. Stop lying to me. It's like, stop, just be honest. Man. If you're embarrassed to see with me and just tell me in my face, I'm not hiding and telling me lies. Because in the end, I don't want to be in that relationship. It's like, why be in a relationship where someone doesn't even care about me or feel this way?
Yeah.
It's like I put my time and effort, like being there for supporting them. Well, they can't do the same thing for me. It's like stop being a hypocrite. And women that say that they can't find a good dude, well, you're just entitled to yourself. It's like you don't think about what other guys feeling. You just care about yourself. You don't care about what they feel. Because a man can be vulnerable as well as a woman as well, I would say. It's just that, I don't know, there's people I think arrogant and they don't want to listen in general. What people have to say in general. It's like, I don't know, I was like me in that relationship, like I was not that relationship, I was total relationship, I felt like.
Yeah.
Where I was being honest, when I was saying I was honest and stuff, and how I was seeing things, I was told to see a psychiatrist, even though the person I kind of opened up to is like, I never judged, I never told her to go see a psychiatrist, that I needed to go to a mental facility for help. I never said none of that stuff. She was telling me these things, even though it bothered me that she did say that stuff to me. It's like, why are you saying this to me if I never said nothing about you that way? I never gave you that mindset saying, oh yeah, think of me as this. I was like, I'm not like labeling you as something or anything. I'm not shaming you. It's like, I don't belittle where you work at or wherever you do in life. I don't, because there's no meaning to it. Because everyone has mistakes in life and everyone goes through stuff. In general, it's like, why be entitled to yourself and not giving the time that hear other people explain themselves?
Yeah.
Like I said, it was like the time it was like I apologized to that person and stuff. I like brought her flowers and everything. Said actually, like I admit I'm sorry that I got her in trouble at her job and stuff. But in the end, she threw the flowers in the garbage right in my face, saying that she don't have time for this and that I'm not worth her time. And another time where I wanted to go see her perform with her. Like when I wanted to apologize, and like, okay, like, I understand with her perspective and stuff, like get boundaries. But then I ended up giving her, I was never given a chance in a relationship. That was like a spit on my face right there, knowing that she was with someone who probably does not really care about her. I might not know the guy in general and stuff. I might not know him, but I feel like he's the type of guy that he would not care about the way she feels or anything. He's not gonna care about her emotions or her past. He's not gonna care. He might go through and try to deal with her and sleep with her, and that's it. And that's about it. That's it. Because in my mind, it's like, I don't want that way. I don't think of women that way. If I don't really like them, I want to be with them. I want to spend time with them. Get to know them, be accepted. Because I remember telling that woman that I wanted her to let me bring me to her house or somewhere where I could talk to her parents and say I could be accepted to date their daughter. That's the way I see things. I wanted to be accepted as a person who is committed to being in a relationship and stuff, not someone who just wants to sleep around, do random stuff and bullshit and not living for a lifetime for love. I don't want to be that guy.
What I've learned a lot is sometimes people would go to like someone that's not good for them because they know that that's what they're used to, but then when they need someone that's really good, something that's actually beneficial, someone that's very healthy and that actually cares about them, scares them because they're afraid of hurting that guy or something. They feel like they're not for them, and the only way they can make that guy realize that it's about trying to be good and hurtful, trying to hurt the guy, so that way the guy can get to you. One reason why I'm saying this too is because, like I said, I've seen it happen a lot to a lot of people. I've heard stories about it. I've read about it with abuse, trauma, people that have like hurt lives, and that's why they tend to go that route too. And something that came to mind as you were speaking was, what if you're looking at all the wrong places? Because you're also still hurting unexhausted something else. And if you search up, even in your true identity, know who you are as a person, know the person you're meant to be. Because it seems like maybe you went through stuff in life and that kind of affected your mindset. Then you started to believe it. Then you started feeling like this way. But that's not where you're supposed to be. And I think as you continue to surround yourself with really good, authentic people that care about you, that love you, that want to see you succeed, that want to see you grow as a person, then they're going to start seeing a change. Then they're going to start knowing who you are. They're going to know your purpose. Then they're going to start to discover your talents, your calling, where you're supposed to be, and what you're supposed to do in life. And as you start to get there, I also feel like you're going to find the right one. Someone that's going to treat you right. Someone that's going to have almost the same mindset as you. Someone that is going to want to push you, motivate you, that's going to check upon you as you do that for them. It's almost like being equally yoked. If you're not equally yoked, then it might not be totally equal, and it's not healthy, and it's not balanced, and it's not going to work. But we need to have everything balanced. And I'm not going to say it's always going to be balanced perfectly, because I mean, no one's perfect, we all have flaws, and even the person who do it, they will play have flaws too. But that's why you work on it together to keep that to balance. And as you continue to maintain it, you have to continue to maintain it. Keep going. You can't give up. Just like you're going to give up on you. And that's what keeps the mind as you're speaking. And we don't have to say it in front of the camera or anything, but maybe there is going to be a moment where you're going to have to do a self-reflection. Something about yourself. Think about who you are. Think about what you want and what you don't want. And if you already see signs that maybe this person is not meant for me, this isn't the person I need to be with, and that's okay. You can just let them go. Like maybe just once in a while, just pray for them. I'm not saying you have to check up on them, because if you do check up on them, you might still have those feelings, and that can hurt you in the process. Because then it's almost like you're trying to hold on to it, but when you're trying to hold on to it, it's almost like you won't let it go. But then if you won't let it go, you won't be able to receive what was actually meant for you. Because what's meant for you might be close to you, and you just don't know it yet. It's almost like, imagine if you have this good idea, this invention that you have, but if you hold on to it tight, and you don't actually let it out, and give it to the Lord, where the Lord can see this, then it's like you're keeping it to yourself. If you keep it to yourself, then it's only going to stay with you. When you let it go, it's finally free to go. And you never know what that can lead to. Because guess what? Next thing that might be in your head might be something better. And that's what came to mind as you were speaking.
You make me think already.
Alright, so
I'll say that.
if you want to share, we're welcome to. If you don't want to, we can always talk about something else. I mean,
I have given myself a reflection before. I'll say, I know my flaws and I know my mistakes and stuff. It's like, maybe I do chase the wrong women in life. I know. Even this women I do is like, probably not have the same mindset as me. It's like, they don't understand me in general. They always tell me that, why be this person? They don't know my history. They might say, oh, be happy, this and that. It's like,
yeah.
how can I be happy if I don't feel that way in general? In life, about relationships and stuff. It's like, yeah, there's times I've been jealous, I would say, when I see a couple. And that's something I wish I was in, but I know I can't.
Yeah. But here's the thing though, just because you see a couple doesn't mean they're all happy. Sometimes it can be lies. It's almost like social media. You gotta have this, you gotta have that, you gotta be this person, you gotta be that person by this age or by that time, and if you don't, then you're not happy. But that's a lie. Because guess what? Not everyone's gonna happen already and set at a specific age. It's always gonna be a process. And you might be up for one moment, the next thing you know, maybe a couple months or maybe a couple years, something might knock you down, but guess what? You gotta pick yourself back up and keep going. Because no one's gonna always have it. And if they do, there might be something else that they need to chase or trying to pursue. And like I said, you also gotta set boundaries first. As you start setting boundaries, you're gonna start knowing exactly what you want in life. And before you go continue, you also gotta start thinking about what can I do to become a better person? What can I do so I can improve? Or maybe how can I be more innovative? How can I be more productive? Because if you start to work on yourself, eventually you're gonna become a person that people can be like, wow, that person, I don't know what it is about them, but I can tell there's something different about this person. He's more of a natural leader. He can take the lead. He's willing to take that initiative. He's willing to take that step. He's more strong, more bold, and more courageous. Nowadays, there's not a lot of dudes that's actually strong, bold, or courageous. It's like, you see a lot of people smoking, drinking, or it's like they're afraid to go talk to a girl nowadays. There's some guys, they won't even talk to a girl. They're like, oh, look at them and that's it, but they won't say nothing. And they're like, what? But then they'll be like, oh, I saw you in the text. It's like, what? Nah, man, just go up and go talk to her. Like, just be real. You can't be afraid. But before they do, just keep working on yourself. Because like I said, and women are gonna want that too. Like, they're gonna want some dude that's working on himself. And they're not gonna want some bum. And if they do want that bum, it's probably because, he's probably good in bed or something. And that's why they're letting him ride around the city in his car and everything. Like, nah, there's women like that too. It's like they'll give it to some dude that's a bum, that stink, that don't do nothing, that ain't got nothing going on, smoking, drinking all day, partying. They just want to be with him because he seems fun, he's cool. They want something that, oh wow, that sounds like fun. But that's just temporary. And then there's also the ones getting hurt too. Is when they end up getting hurt by dudes too. But I think it also depends on where you're looking. Knowing yourself. So some people don't even know who they're supposed to be. And some people never find out. I think that's a sad thing in life. It's like, dang, I found out who you were meant to be. Like imagine they commit suicide, but they had so much potential. Or maybe they end up keeping themselves because they keep surrounding themselves with that negativity. They keep telling themselves they're not worthy, they're not important, they're not gonna make it, and they're never gonna find success. Or sometimes they just keep pursuing, but not really thinking about, well, not really pursuing, more like chasing. Because there's a difference from pursuing and chasing. It's almost like if you're always going to be chasing something, it's always going to be running from you or flying away from you because you're trying to chase it. But when you start pursuing things, you're going to be more strategic. You're going to start making plans on how to obtain it. If you want something, you're going to plan it out. And once you obtain it, you're going to be like, all right, now I got to maintain this. Because if I don't continue to maintain this, I could eventually lose it. It's almost like if someone wants to be a millionaire. All right, they obtain it. And now they got to think about how they're going to obtain it. Keep it going, or how can I continue to increase it? It's not going to be just a destination. It's always going to be a process in life. But yeah, that's what came to mind. And what are your thoughts right now?
I was saying, I do agree with what you were saying about should with the boundaries and balance everything. And besides worrying about a relationship, I gotta focus on myself too. I can't always be chasing because I feel like that's something I've done in life. I have chased. I'm not afraid that I have chased. Look how I did. It's like, they got away from me. I tried to read it. I wanted to release me, but you won't listen.
Yeah.
So that's on me because I was too needy. Because I know there's times I was needy. I just want to be around and even though there is God being evil, but there's times that it's not. It's times that if you want to open up to something about, talk about a subject like that, it's like you got no one to open up with this. You don't have no one. You feel like you're the only one you can rely on.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of feel like stuff I kind of wish I could open up to some people, but like, women I kind of like that. They kind of some stuff I kind of regret opening up to, and they kind of used it on, and I kind of regret that. Well, like I was saying, like you were saying, how I should balance and everything for boundaries. I do believe in that, because if I don't do that, then I'm just not making my goal a general in life.
Yeah.
I'm just basically leaving what I stand for, that go chasing someone, and I end up getting hurt, and I might not think the mindset the way I once had. Because I might just think about love, and nothing about myself or career-wise in general. Because I'll just push it to the side and tell myself, asking myself, what did I do wrong? Question my things. What I said, did I say anything wrong or things that I wanted to do take-backs and stuff? I can't always think of that mindset as well. I know I can't. Because sometimes closure could be good as well.
That's true.
Because you never know. Because the more, if you keep leaving it open and not having closure, then yeah, it might affect my mindset, or it could affect your personality-wise, and you don't want to go through that route.
Yeah.
Then you're just gonna hate yourself even more. You're gonna question things, and you might like say, "Why did I do this and that?" Then you might end up hating on people too as well. Like even though it might not be their fault,
True.
it might be on you. Because why you're not letting things go?
Yeah.
Because I know there's times I have there's times I didn't want to let go of things. It's like I was told to let it go, but I don't. It's like I really care about that person. It's like I want to fix everything, but I know not everything can be fixed. Everything, some in a way, in the way it ends. In my opinion, it ends and that's it. Or not, maybe there is times that it could happen. It could come back. That person can reach to you again. It all depends.
Yeah.
How you end the conversation as well, and what you say, in the words that impact in general. Because if you say something and they take it in negative, yeah, they're not coming back.
Yeah.
It's like for a phone call and a message. And we're gonna talk to people in person.
Yeah.
It's like people have great communication. They understand it, but when it comes to messaging, yes, like you said, miscommunication, and yes, they think it's wrong, and it's like, oh, that's what they think of me. Fuck this guy. I don't want to be on this guy, or a woman, whatever. Because why? They think of me that way. They don't respect me as a human being. They don't respect my boundaries, or they don't respect me in general in life. Because they just want to screw me over, and that's it.
Well, one thing I can say is this: if you feel like someone doesn't respect you, so someone doesn't like you as a person, you move around them. That shouldn't be even around you. Be like, nah, that ain't for me. Don't entertain it. Just move forward. Like, nah, that's it. I'm done talking to you. Sometimes you gotta be like that in life. Because here's the thing though, if you continue, they're gonna continue to keep doing it to you. Because there's moments where I felt like, this is a bit different, but there's people that I used to hang with, and it's like, yeah, they're cool. I like talking to them. I like hanging with them. But then it's like, all right, I'm trying to do better, and I'm not saying I'm better than them, nah, none of that, but it's almost like, alright, I'm trying to, focus on myself, be more ambitious, reach my goals, and obtain it. And I want to get there, and I don't want anyone or anything to stop me. So there's moments where I kind of quit talking to them, I quit hanging with them. It's like, you should come through, come hang. It's like, nah, I can't, I'm trying to stay focused, I'm trying to continue to pursue my education, continue to learn, grow, become the person I need to be. And yeah, it sounds a bit harsh and rude, but then it's like, once I finally get there, and it's like, alright, look, if you want to hang, I can hang with you. At the same time, that doesn't mean I'm going to go do the same stuff I did if I know it's going to get me in trouble. It's like if I know that the people I used to hang with, they're drinking, and I know that's not a person that I am anymore. It's like, I don't like to drink no more. It's like, I mean, I'm gonna hang with you, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna drink. And if I know you're smoking, it's like, you can't really smoke. And if we're selling drugs, then it's like I can hang with you because it's like I'm not trying to get caught up in that. Like I'll still hang with you, but I'll be real with you. Like yo, if you're gonna be doing that, then I can't really hang with you. But you know, if we're gonna go to some kickback or something, like go hang, then yeah, I'll hang with you. It's like I don't think I'm better than anybody else, and I don't think I'm this or that. Like nah, man. At the end of the day, I'm still me. It's just that my mindset has changed. And that's it. And there's moments where people might not like it, and they might try to knock you down, talk down on you. And it's like if you know that, like they're like that, then don't deal with it. But maybe they might have a change of heart. That does sometimes happen where they start changing it and like you know what? Nah, man, you're right. I get where you're coming from and I understand it. My bad. And if they keep it real with me, alright, then kept it real with me. Then we'll talk about it. We can still hang. Like I let it go. Because at the end of the day, you know, you can't let something like that just hurt you. Like nah, man, we guys. At the end of the day, you can't be like something. Like what? Nah, I don't believe in all that. Like I ain't gonna be like that. Like nah, I'm cool with you. Like what you saying. But it's just knowing that, yeah, knowing you're against boundaries and stuff like that. And you might have to quit hanging with it for a while. But eventually you might hang with them again. And guess what? When you come back as that positive person, you come back changed, you have a different mindset, you might have a big impact on them. They're gonna be like, wow, I wanna be like that. I like the way he's moving. I like the way he thinks. I like the way he's always happy. And I want that now. And now you have a better influence on him. Because now like, yeah, I want this. I don't want he continue to stay in this dirty place. I don't want to continue to hang with these people because I know this is not where I need to be. I want to get to where you're at. And little by little, you start to get there and get there. They might get there, and there might be moments where they mess up and they might end up doing something wrong. But you got to remind them, like, yeah, we make mistakes. We're people. And you get right back up. Don't give